YouTube, and welcome back to KangBrosTV. This is a late Arsenal-Liverpool reaction video. Couldn't get it done at the time, but easy 3-1 victory for me. I think it was a comfortable victory for Liverpool. Going into it, I thought that it would have been a bit more trickier based upon the performances and form of both teams going in. But it was just like another Arsenal versus Liverpool. Good scoring game at Anfield, but Liverpool, I think, were comfortable.
Light work. It's actually light work. And listen, I know as an Arsenal fan, you'll see this and be like, oh, yeah, here we go, whatever, same shit. But as I said, I think Arsenal fans, nowadays, when they talk Anfield to Arsenal fans, they're just like, oh, listen, it's going to be a beat down. Bro, they're going to get slapped and shit like that.
They say keep the score down, bro.
Yeah, and in going on recent history, it hasn't been great. But in Arsenal's defence, I think that first goal changes the game. When they had the opportunity to score in the first half, that changed the game for me. Because I know even last season they did score first, and Liverpool did score 5. But the point being, Arsenal are a different beast, I think, this year. But they are still in transition. I think there were some positives from the way they started, and I was worried, I was concerned whenever they started. PEPE, oh my God. Somebody please, get your guy.
He's a player, bro. He's a player. He seems to have everything as well. Strength, skill, confidence. Like, for him, he was almost like he was trying to test himself against Big Verge and, the Bunda.
He was winning.
No, I don't think he was. That's what I wanted to... That's one.
No one skipped past Verge for a year and a half.
But if you watch it... Anyway, I don't want to go to that because I even hate that bullshit stat. What is in that stat? Oh, you've skipped past Verge or got past Verge. Like, it's the fact that is even a stat which should demonstrate that this guy is levels and he's probably the world's best centre back in the world. But I don't think he won the battle. I think he tried. But this is what I was trying to say. I was thinking that he had the confidence to go at him.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for me, is the commentators, if Verge doesn't make a tackle and he sits back, that you hear the commentator saying, oh yeah, Verge is actually doesn't want this guy to run against him, or he's giving him too much respect. For me, that's just nonsense.
He's been doing it for the last...
That's what you call amazing defending for me.
Yeah, he's been doing it for the last 2 years. So I'm not trying to totally agree with that. What I will say is, though, the one thing that worries me is this Adrian cat. He made some good saves. Don't get me wrong, he made some good saves, yeah? But, Virgil essentially, go back, yeah? And the guys come out and said, no, I got this. And then he jumped to the floor, hit it straight to a matey, and that should have been a goal. So there's 2 potential opportunities that could have gone against Liverpool. So, as I said, it wasn't all smooth sailing, but I think on the whole, Arsenal tactically, fucking hell.
What? Diamond.
Mate, as I say, as an Arsenal fan, you'd be looking at that thinking, what the hell's going on?
Bro, there's a lot of Arsenal fans that I speak to even before the season started. They're not having Emery. Now, the thing is, I'm like, nah, trust me, he's all right. But now when he does stuff like this, you have to start questioning, like, what? Against Liverpool?
When you know that the 2 fullbacks had the most assists for any fullbacks across Europe, as a collective, they'd won the European Cup. They finished 2nd in the Premier League, and the biggest threat they had was obviously the front 3, but the biggest form of assists came from their fullbacks. And you're saying, listen, stay tight, let the fullbacks run on. What? Excuse me?
No, that was absolutely madness. I think Liverpool started very, very well. For the first 5-10 minutes, Liverpool were at it. And I was thinking, yeah, this is what I want to see. Because the last performance of Liverpool, let's be honest, everyone, they haven't been at the races at all.
And I'm happy with that. I can live with that if you win. Because I can win, you can build into it, yeah? So I don't mind that. And if you look at the table, it all looks good.
Yeah. And that was the ideal. You wanted Liverpool to come up and turn up for this game. And I think it was perfect to see that Liverpool's stuff was actually clicking.
The press was nuts. Arsenal, sometimes I think... I can see why Arsenal fans will be getting vexed with the manager. Because surely, you'd turn around and be like, listen, you know that whole press thing we talk about and the popping out and that we talk about? Listen, if it ain't on... just clip it, yeah? Because these men obviously left the press. If you beat that press, Palace showed it last year. If you beat the press, all they managed to do was a couple of passes and then they put the balls through. You're in. You are in, yeah? And it showed that Aubameyang and Pepe were causing Liverpool problems going that way. Yet they're still trying to pop it out. And you got clowns at the back. David Luiz, listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yeah? If anybody, I know Arsenal fans are like, no, he's not. He's decent. There's a reason why he's at Arsenal and not select Chelsea. Yeah, because he makes too many errors. And for a team that's full of errors at the back as it is, he ain't the answer. Because that penalty, can someone please tell me how you can even deny that's a penalty? How? How can you even, as a defender, David Luiz, how can you turn around to the referee and say, it's not a foul, And then Emery comes out after to say, I'm not sure it's a penalty. Mate, there's cameras, there's VAR. What did you think was going to happen from that?
It was madness. The fact that Emery backed him up at the end, that was sort of baffled me. I was like, okay, David Luiz, the guy's a clown anyway. But you said it perfectly. You hit the nail on the head. I think that is probably the worst person he could have come into if you wanted stability. He has got errors in him, and that proved it in even the way Salah skipped past him. Now, I'm not saying that...
Don't commit. Rule number one,
exactly.
You shouldn't go committing in there.
And if you're going to commit, bruv, you take him
everybody out, bruv.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what, it would have been expertise defending there. But listen... Same thing about David Luiz, that he's there at Arsenal for a reason. No offence to Arsenal, but he's there for a reason because of convenience for me. I think he's been at Chelsea for a long time. He's got stuff settled in London, and that move for him was convenient. And for Arsenal, unfortunately, I don't think, like you said, he's the answer. Mo Salah, though.
Man, he was on it. He was on job. Penalty, that penalty that he took. Woo. I actually thought that he slightly mishit it because I don't think he wanted to go as high. But whatever. If you put that much swaz on it and it goes top bins, yeah, you take that. Comfortably take that. And I think that second goal was that's got to be up there because the actual build-up to the goal was decent. That's got to be up there as one of the goals of the season already. Just as a team goal. Maybe I'm being biased, I don't know. But the way he sold Luiz and then the slot finish.
And then... we always talk about the Bond of EVD, but what about my man Joe Matip? Joe
Matip. Joe Matip.
Bro, all those people that hated Joe Matip, for years and years and years, where are you now, cuz? Where are you, bro? Them mans were saying get him out. I've heard the same people are saying he's levels out here, and he deserved it. He should never been taken out of the team for his performance last season, and then he scores that bullet header, bro. And Virg didn't even see what was going on.
But to be fair, again, if that's not a goal, if they don't score that is probably going to be a penalty. Because Socrates Papratis, is holding matey. Like, the VAR has been introduced. It's not like you don't know.
You know this.
It's not like, it's like, what? Who? Me?
My man's grabbing, choking people out here. Yeah. It's like, well, you know what that's going to be seen.
And Papratis, when the ball's going in, he's looking around going... did I get clocked? Did they clock me? He wasn't concerned about what the ball was. He's like, did I get clocked? Grabbing matey. But I don't know. This is what I'm saying. The VAR thing, I've still got my big concerns about it. I've seen some of the decisions for opposing teams. It's only a matter of time until Liverpool get one. But some of the decisions I'm seeing on VAR, it's a shambles. It really is a shambles. I don't think you can have many complaints about Liverpool's penalty. I'm sorry. But on the whole, there's been some poor decisions on VAR already. So that's going to be, I'm sure that'll be a topic of conversation. I think the other thing that I wanted to just touch upon was personally for me, was how I just feel that we are going to need something fresh. So in looking at that team, yes, it was good, and yes, they played well. I'm starting to feel, Klopp's made the comments about potentially sabbaticals and all that sort of stuff, because if they don't get new personnel in, it's going to go stale. It will go stale. It's going to be too samey. So they do need something. So that's the thing I was going to touch upon. Do you feel that at the moment? Do you feel that it might go that way? Midfield, it's slowly becoming a bit more non-existent.
Bro, I've said this for time. Like, outside the box, like, I see Wilson. I mentioned this before. I see Harry Wilson popping off long shots, scoring goals. Every time the ball falls outside that box, we have people of the likes of Hendo and Gini. They ain't shooting. They're not taking that one-off shot that could deflect or could cause havoc. They're not doing that. They're going sideways and waiting for Trent or Robertson to do something with it. And for me, that's where we're lacking the most, is that just that bit of danger, bit of that creativity in the middle of the park to maybe score a goal. And it's not going to happen from them. And there's a few times in that game, the ball came out at the edge of the box and you knew they weren't going to shoot. And I keep looking at Harry Wilson doing bits, but I know he's getting his experience, I know that. But I'm talking about a type of player like that. Back in the day, when that bopped off to Gerrard, you knew Gerrard was going to run into that.
Coutinho as well. You knew that he would take a shot. So that's the only thing I'd say, and I'd like to know what people think about that. Do you feel that we are going to go stale, or do you think it's like shut your mouth and just keep enjoy the ride because we're churning out results? I'd be interested to hear what people think about that.
And then the thing was, the people you got the likes of Naby Keita and all this kind of stuff. Lallana coming on. I don't know what to say, bro.
I've said this for a long time, and I've said this to you for a long time. It's done, Adam.
It is what it is, man. Like, he came on the pitch and I was thinking, nah, what you actually going to give us the team? I don't know, man. I feel sorry for him because when he's put in a shift back in the day, he was very good. But when he comes on now, I'm just like, nah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So onto the weekend, we got Burnley away on Saturday, and Arsenal have that big ass derby.
But going into this game, so I know, obviously I know we're talking about Liverpool, right? But everyone keeps asking me about, a lot of my friends are Arsenal fans, and they're saying about this game against Spurs. They're all confident. Very
confident, bro.
This is the first time in a long time as an Arsenal fan, as Arsenal fans that we've known have come back and saying, you know what, we're actually going to tuck them in. We would tuck them in
At Emirates as well, right? And
what do you
I think they will. I think they will. I think they are confident, and obviously, like we said about Pepe,
unless Emery does mad shit with the tactics, yeah, I'm still, as I said, I know everyone gave him his grace first season, finding out his teams, but you should be knowing right about now what stamp you're going to put on the team. If you still don't know, then you're walking a tightrope. If you don't know by now, you're working a tightrope because they backed you on the P as well.
To be fair, he was trialling it towards the end of the Liverpool game as well, right? He put the three on. He put Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Pepe. I mean, that's going to be a force in itself.
That's got to be playing regular. That's got to be playing. What do you think about the Burnley game?
Burnley, it's going to be one of those games, right? It's just going to be I think it's a tough one, but I reckon we'll get through this one.
Always tricky against Burnley, but the only thing I think that I'm from what I've seen as well, and I know this is going to sound like I'm clutching at straws a little bit, but I hate playing against Burnley in an evening game when it's raining because it suits them. It suits them down to the ground. When it's I'm hoping that it would be a good pitch, nice, obviously sunny. The sun will be out, so it will be good. When it's cold, wet, Burnley love that shit and the lights and that. So hopefully, I'm hoping that Liverpool get the job done. And then, it'll be nice to see other people around us drop points already because we've seen it already. Everyone's dropped points around us, which is great. Obviously, Man City look like they're coming on strong. But, it's only a couple of games in and we're talking about it already. So it's a nice place to be.
So, yeah, let us know your thoughts on this game and the video. And until the next one, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Peace.